Hey everyone, my name is Chris from Meeple Overboard. This is our first video review and I'm excited to be reviewing Mars Open Tabletop Golf by Bellwether Games. This is an upcoming Kickstarter project that will be live November of 2017. You'll be able to find more details from them, but this is a game that I think is best described visually. So let's cut to the table. You'll get to see some great clips of this game being played, and then we'll come back for my thoughts. Mars Open by Bellwether Games is a golf-themed dexterity game wherein players are trying to complete 9 holes with the fewest strokes possible, all the while avoiding obstacles, unlike me, and trying to be able to sink the ball quickly and efficiently. Sometimes you get a lot of strokes and you have to putt it in. Sometimes it's a lot of strokes. The game comes with 4 main blockers, these 2 mountain backdrops, the Martian buggy, and a fellow golfer. It also comes with the hole, the flag in the hole, and the green surrounding it. The hole as well can also be pulled out for an additional challenge in later levels. These are the 5 Martian golf balls, including the golden leader ball used by the player who won the previous game, and the right angle is the tee. Tee rules are simple. The ball can be first driven from any space behind the right angle as if 2 straight lines continued indefinitely. This is the area that you can tee off from. The ball can be rotated 360 degrees at any point, and there are specific rules for a little chip shot wherein you have to keep part of your hand on the table and flick up. The flag can be moved or even removed from the hole to facilitate shots. And if ever the flag is the only thing preventing the ball from landing, you can remove it at any point on your turn to score. Additionally, if you ever launch the ball off the table, which I would never do, you then have to replace it back onto the table with a +1 penalty stroke. As you can see, will happen fairly commonly in this game. The scoring sheet allows you to score up the score after 9 rounds, and in true golf fashion, comes with this adorable little pencil. The rulebook is fantastic, full color, large diagrams that make all the rules easy to understand, comes with a section of courtesy rules, as well as diagrams for all 27 holes in increasing difficulty. The final area of the rulebook even encourages you to create your own holes and try and make your challenge that you'll just really get frustrated with, as you can see me here accepting and doing poorly with. So, what are my thoughts about Mars Open Tabletop Golf? I gotta say, very favorable. I really like this, particularly just for what it is. It's a lighthearted, silly, family-friendly game. I like that I've never seen another dexterity game that uses this kind of 3-dimensional element of flicking up. You know, a lot of games kind of punish you if you flick off the table, or billiards where you're not supposed to really jump things unless you do a certain way. That's what this is all about, and so I think that's cool. Quirky, simple, easy to teach. It's got a lot of great things going for it. I was at first a little put off by the lack of components in the game, right? Because this huge insert makes it look like it doesn't really come with much. It comes with these 2 big blockers and these 2 small ones, this little tee off area. But I gotta say, for the few components that it comes with, it uses them well. It's surprising how if you move this to be from here, back here, or in the corner, or on top of another box, it's really gonna change up how you have to tee off on that hole. Then using the blockers and then moving the target around to different parts of the table, pulling this out so that it has to be right against the edge, there's quite a bit of variety to how it's done. Comes with 27 holes ranked from beginner to intermediate to advanced, and I like the progression that it has. The first 3 holes in the beginner level really are like a tutorial, and then by the time you get to advanced, it says try and do quirky things, make your own custom holes if you want to, stack up using the box lids and stuff. You pull this out, but make this an out of bounds area, just like shooting it off the table. There's a lot that you can do with the few components in the game, and I just really appreciate that. I was surprised that the game didn't feel, for me, samey from one hole to the next. The first several will. I think the first 5 holes really won't feel that different because you just shoot over this. But by the time you get to the later holes, it feels quite different than the original ones. Even though, of course, the main objective is just shoot the ball into the hole, not into the... I mean, the main objective will never change. And so for some people, they're going to dislike that. For some people, it's too simple of a concept. Maybe it just seems like a little bit of a gimmick. But I think it's a gimmick that works. I had a lot of fun with that. So if this looks like a game that would be fun, then I mean, I gotta say, go check it out. Go look into it a little bit more. The components are quality, if that was a concern, right? This cardboard is so thick, and especially what surprised me is the quality of this component here, the golf balls themselves. They're made out of, I'm not really sure what they're made out of. It's almost like trading card material, like 2 trading cards, or like a construction paper, like a thicker grade trading card kind of glued together. And this doesn't suffer any damage from all the dozens of times that I've flicked them. If you see there's little white creases here just from the folds, that's the nature of this material when you fold it. But I'm surprised that the dozens of times that I flicked this for recording the videos of the shots and playing it with multiple groups of friends and everybody, these really held up. And that's a big deal for a dexterity game like this. The components need to be quality, and they definitely are. The art is fantastic. I especially love these pieces because I think there's more high contrast to it. Whereas like these backdrops and some of this area doesn't have it. It's just like a pink versus a different pink and a little bit of yellow. But I like the art, that it's quirky, that it's just got a charm to it, and it makes it very family friendly and approachable feeling. Now, I know that this game won't be for everybody. If you don't like the idea of a flicking dexterity game, I don't think I can win you over. I think that this game is exactly what it seems like. So if you looked at it and thought, hey, this seems like it could be fun, I can tell you that I had a lot of fun playing through this a couple of times. I did all the holes. I tried making my own and just jumping into that, making this kind of a game system that you can do what you want with. You can make the shots from one table to a chair, from one table to another table. You can do as much elaborateness with this as you want it to be. And so I think that that's a great selling point for this. Now, some people thought that 9 rounds was maybe a little bit too much because you are just kind of flicking the golf balls into the hole. And for them, they said, yeah, I would probably prefer just playing like 6 and counting up the score then. And you can totally do that because this is a very flexible gaming system. And I think you can do whatever you want. Create your own holes, play fewer holes, play more holes if you want to do a full 18. If that's what you like, then there's no reason that you can't do that with this game. And so I really like that. One of my only complaints about the manual, and my only complaint is that in these diagrams that show the 27 different holes, I do kind of wish there were also like a top-down view included so that it'd be easier to follow. And also the pink, these big blockers in the diagrams are shown to be almost the same dimensions as the box. And so it means that the holes weren't made exactly when I played them exactly how they looked in the manual, but this isn't a game about precision, it's a game about flicking and having fun and just kind of shooting some golf on Mars. The theme is cool too, because these fly kind of weird sometimes and maybe they're a little bit unpredictable, and so my wife pointed out and said, I guess if we were to golf on Mars, we wouldn't be used to the gravity and the atmosphere out there, and so these kind of sometimes do some funny stuff, and so I like that. It's this theme of a non-Earth golf type thing, and it's not just Mars for the sake of Mars, I guess, because a lot of games use the Martian theme right now, and that's fine. So I like that this was kind of quirky on purpose. So my biggest recommendation would be, if you're looking for a game that's kind of eye-catching, if you run a game meetup or a convention, or if you run a board game shop or whatever it is, and you want a game that has a bit of table presence where people will walk by and say, whoa, what's going on there? What kind of game is this? This is especially going to be great for that. If you have families, this is going to be a great game for that. The box says ages 8+, 30 to 60 minutes. I think that's totally right. I don't always agree with the ages or the times on boxes, but this one did it right. This one is exactly what it presents itself to be, something that I found very fun. If you don't like dexterity games, it's not going to win you over. People said Santorini is the abstract strategy game for people that don't like abstract strategy games, and when I tried it, I didn't like it. So I can't say this is the dexterity game for people that don't like dexterity games. I can't claim that, but what I will say that if this looks like it's going to be fun, you're probably going to have a great time with it. So check it out, Mars Open by Bellwether Games. The Kickstarter goes live in November of 2017. So if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, then send them below. Or if you want to listen to more reviews with my wife Wendy and myself together, then go check out our podcast, Meeple Overboard. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great one.